Hey guys, LadyLibertyStacker here. It is Tuesday, September 4th, 2018. And what you guys are looking at is my Lunar Series 1 completed 2-ounce bullion set. I completed this set back in 2015. And in completing the set, I picked up some extra coins, that kind of thing. I picked up, actually I still have a couple of monkeys in my possession. This one is one in my collection. But I have a couple of extra monkeys. I also had an extra dragon, an extra horse, an extra snake. They're all sold. And I had an extra Year of the Tiger. And if you guys remember anything about the Lunar Series 1 and 2, the last 3 coins of the Lunar Series overlapped with the first 3 coins of the Lunar 2. Lunar 1 started in 1999 with Year of the Rabbit. And it concluded in 2010 with Year of the Tiger. Lunar Series 2 started in 2008 with Year of the Mouse. And it's going to conclude in 2019 with Year of the Pig next year. Actually, they release it this year. So, but at any rate, because of this, everybody was jumping on Lunar Series 2. These particular issues, the mouse, the ox, and the tiger were extremely low mintage, especially in the mouse, especially in the ox and the tiger in the proof sets. And I made their value really go up. So if you guys sell or are contemplating selling any of your stuff on eBay, first of all, do not sell straight bullion. It doesn't make any sense, especially when spot price changes. If spot price goes down, you're going to get a return request, or even though returns are not expected in the coins and paper money category. I sell things that the value stays pretty steady regardless of what spot does. That's why I actually started collecting these when spot had gone down, started to go back down in 2015. It went up initially and then went back down, started to really get cheap. It was really cheap in the fall of 2016. It reached into the high 13s. So at any rate, that's why you want to stick with like new mint releases, the antiqued coin sets, the proof sets, highly sought after coins, or things that hold their value. And but you need to have good description. So why I'm telling you this is I had a potential scam on eBay. I sold this coin last year. I had an extra one, and I basically had somebody I think was up to no good. I'm going to tell you the story and see what you think, and I'll tell you how you can prevent it. Because eBay still is a good way to sell some of your collectible coins. You can do it through Instagram, which I don't do. There's some safety issues with that. You have to know who you're dealing with. You can do Facebook Marketplace, but if you do that, I think they might know your location. And with precious metals, I think we want to keep that pretty private. And then there's eBay, coin shops and bullion dealers. Some bullion dealers may buy this, but a lot of bullion dealers don't buy collectibles like this. They'll buy the bullion, rolls of, eagles or kooks or whatever. Coin shops will buy bullion, but generally they will not buy stuff like this. I mean, ones in my area don't. Some may do. I mean, you need to check around and shop around. But anyway, I had this coin up. I had it up for 6 months to a year. I had the price up to what it had sold for previously, and then I kind of forgot about it. You're patient. Hopefully the right buyer will come along. Then I went back and checked prices, and I thought, oh, I better lower it a little bit. And so I did that. Another thing you want to not do when you sell coins like this is to put limits or automatic declinations on your best offers. Say, for example, I listed this for $100. You could set an offer decline if something comes in at $30 or less. And I didn't sell this for $100. I'm just using that as an example. So in other words, I have it up for $100. Somebody offers me $20. It automatically declines it. Figuratively, I'm never going to see it. This same person can come back and offer maybe $40 or $50 or whatever, and they get it within my acceptable range. Well, I never would have known otherwise. And people that do this, generally speaking, in my experience, I've had more issues with people like that do this. And I call them problem buyers. And the person that I did sell this coin, and it was a best offer, And the first offer was auto-declined. Then they had a kind of a slightly higher second offer, and then I countered that. And then they accepted, and they started, before they accepted though, they started asking questions. And I was kind of, you know, newer to a lot of transactions on eBay, even though I've been doing it occasionally since 2015. They started asking questions, was there any problems with the queen side? And I said, no, the coin was actually in better shape than this one. And you can see there's really no issues with the coin. There may be a light mark here or there. You'll get that on close inspection with the majority of bullion coins. You will, if you really are honest with yourself and you look at them. So anyway, I said no. It was in a good BU condition. There wasn't any known obvious flaws with the coin. I sent him 6 more pictures, and I attached those 6 pictures to the listing. And then they agreed to accept my counteroffer, and so it was done. Now, my listing had in it, which helped save me, this is a bullion BU coin as issued from the mint. I am not guaranteeing that it's perfect. I'm not guaranteeing that it's gradable at an MS 69 or an MS 70. I cannot do that. It's just as issued from the mint in the original mint capsule, and so on and so forth. I had my 12 pictures, and that was basically it. So I sent the coin out, and upon acceptance or delivery of the coin, this individual opened up a return case. Now, I never would have expected it from this individual. I had bought from them before. I had actually purchased from one thing, not a lot. I purchased one thing, didn't really have any issues on the one thing. Person had good feedback, but doesn't necessarily mean anything. Good feedback, I mean, the ones with a lot of experience in eBay could be the first ones that try to pull something on you. The inexperienced ones probably don't know enough to do that, or may not do that, you know? So that's one thing that I will say. They opened up a return case, and the first thing they said was, there was a spot on the queen side of the coin. And I wrote back and said, there was not any spots when I sent this out. Are you absolutely sure? And could you please send me pictures? I need to know where. I was racking my brains. I needed to know where. So, you know, we went back and forth. I tried to be polite. I was really not happy about it, but I tried to be polite. And the first picture that they didn't even send pictures right away. They said they were delayed. They were not in town. But it's funny because they were able to get the coin right away. But they said they weren't in town. Okay. Can't get it to you until after the weekend was over. So the first picture did come across over the weekend. It was a postage stamp size. I could hardly see it. You know, the teeny tiny little ones on here's your screen, teeny tiny little picture, and you could hardly see it. I said, I really can't see the picture. You're going to have to send me several more with different angles of the coin. I only got, after, you know, a couple emails back and forth, or instant messaging through eBay, I got one more picture. And when I looked at the coin, it didn't look like the one I sent them. It had marks in different areas. It had, you know, marks in through around here that mine did not have. And mine had a few that the coin that he pictured did not have. So I said, wait a minute. And then I did a search for coins on eBay thinking, well, this is very rare. You're not going to find one better than mine, because at the time, mine was really, really good. I couldn't guarantee, again, how it would grade. And then I went on, and all of a sudden I saw several more listings. And believe it or not, a couple, at least one, were from this guy. And I thought, wait a minute. I said, and that listing was not there before. It was a new listing. It was a newer listing. So I thought, whoa, something isn't right. So I escalated it up to eBay, explained to them the situation, showed them the pictures of the coin that he sent me back, and they said they thought it was buyer's remorse. And I had another coin that did actually have a spot. It wasn't in the Lunar Series 1. It was Lunar Series 2. Believe it or not, it did develop a spot. I told the buyer. The buyer said no, they didn't want to proceed, so I canceled the transaction. And but if you ever do that, just say the buyer changed their mind, because I won't count against you if you do that. Let them know there's an issue. If you honestly didn't know about it, they get back to you saying they don't want the transaction. You cancel it, say buyer changed mind. you'll be fine. In this instance, I wanted to prove a point, and I just really felt that I wasn't going to get my coin back. So after 2 weeks of communications, with initial communications with the buyer and communications with eBay, they ruled in my favor because of the accurate of my listing, the photos, the correspondence, and you always be professional about it. And there's one thing you can do now, which I wasn't aware of at the time. You can actually embed a video in your listing showing the coin. Another thing you can do, if you're selling something expensive like this, is videotape boxing the coin set up. Videotape it as you're doing it, showing the quality that's going out to the buyer. And that way, if you ever have an issue on eBay, you can send them the link. You can upload it to a private YouTube channel that you have, and you can show eBay. And if anybody wants to know how to do that, I can walk you through it, or let you know how to do that. I do have it in some of my listings now, showing a demonstration of a product. So cover your butt, cross your I's, dot your T's. You should be okay. But these are some things to be aware of, especially when you sell coins. I mean, I sold proof sets in the Lunar 1 series, and I made like $900 to $1,000 on a couple of sets, and because of how much I paid and the quality of the set, and I never had any issues. So I never really thought with one coin like this that I would ever have any issues. I guess anything's possible. So anything over a set dollar amount, I would protect yourself. Anyway, guys, it's getting long. I didn't have a chance to get it up over the Labor Day weekend. I hope you all had a good holiday. Please give a thumb up. Leave a comment below. Tell me your thoughts. If you have any questions, ask away. I'll be happy to answer them. And go make it a great day.